Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. Today we will solve the MCQs on making of the constitution. This is a very important topic as per the exam perspective. And one more thing, I have also solved the MCQs on different topics. You can watch it from my playlist. Okay, let's get started. First question, who was the President of the Constituent Assembly of India? The correct answer is option A, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Next question, who was the chairman of the drafting committee of the Indian Constitution? The correct answer is option B, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. In which year was the Constituent Assembly of India set up? The correct answer is option B, 1946. Next question, how many members were initially there in the Constituent Assembly of India? The correct answer is option B, 389. Next question, which of the following acts was the basis for the formation of the Constituent Assembly? The correct answer is option D, Cabinet Mission Plan 1946. When was the Constitution of India was adopted? The correct answer is option C, 26th November 1949. So remember, Constitution of India was adopted on the 26th November 1949 and it came into force on 26th January 1950. Next question, which among the following was not a member of the Constituent Assembly? The correct answer is option A, Mahatma Gandhi. Which of the following features of the Indian Constitution was borrowed from the US Constitution? The correct answer is option A, fundamental rights. So remember, fundamental rights were borrowed from the US Constitution. How many committees were formed by the Constituent Assembly to frame the Indian Constitution? The correct option is option D, 13. Next question, who was the Vice President of the Constituent Assembly? The correct answer is option C, H.C. Mukherjee. Next question, the idea of the Constituent Assembly for India was first put forward by, the correct answer is option C, M.N. Roy. Who among the following was the constitutional advisor to the Constituent Assembly? The correct answer is option A, B.N. Rao. B.N. Rao was the constitutional advisor to the Constituent Assembly. Okay, next question. Which of the following countries influenced the ideals of liberty, equality and fraternity in the Indian Constitution? The correct answer is option B, France. Okay, remember, we have borrowed the liberty, equality and fraternity from the France Constitution. Next question, The total time taken by the Constituent Assembly to frame the Constitution was around? The correct answer is option A, 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. Year and month is important, so you just remember year and the month. 2 years and 11 months. Next question. Who proposed the objective resolutions in the Constituent Assembly which later became the preamble of the Constitution? The correct answer is option C, Jawaharlal Nehru. The Indian Constitution is regarded as the borrowed constitution. Which of the following provisions were borrowed from the Government of India Act 1935? The correct answer is option C, Federal Scheme. Next question. Who was the first person to sign the Indian Constitution? The correct answer is option C, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Next question. The Indian Constitution was enforced on? The correct answer is option A, 26 January 1950. Next question. Which of the following was a key feature of the Cabinet Mission Plan 1946? The correct answer is option A, formation of the Constituent Assembly. Which act abolished the sovereignty of the British Parliament over India? The correct answer is option B, Indian Independence Act 1947. Next question. The term socialist was added to the preamble of the Indian Constitution by which amendment? The correct answer is option A, 42nd Amendment. Next question. Who among the following was the first to demand the Constituent Assembly for India in 1934? The correct answer is option B, M.N. Roy. Who was the Governor General of India when the Constituent Assembly was formed? The correct answer is option A, Lord Wavell. Next question. Which article of the Indian Constitution deals with the amendment procedure? The correct answer is option B, Article 368. Remember, Article 368 deals with the amendment procedure. Next question. Who among the following members of the Constituent Assembly was known as the father of the Indian Constitution? The correct answer is option C, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Next question. The preamble of the Indian Constitution is based on the objective resolution drafted by? The correct answer is option B, Jawaharlal Nehru. Next question. Which feature of the Indian Constitution was borrowed from the Weimar Constitution of Germany? The correct answer is option C, emergency provisions. Remember, emergency provisions have been borrowed from the Germany Constitution. Next question. The idea of the parliamentary system of Government of India was borrowed from the which country? The correct answer is option B, UK. That is United Kingdom. Next question. The concept of judicial review in the Indian Constitution is borrowed from the which country? The correct answer is option B, USA. The concept of judicial review has been borrowed from the USA. Next question. The idea of concurrent list in the Indian Constitution was borrowed from the Constitution of, the correct answer is option D, Australia. Concurrent list is borrowed from the Australia. Next question. Which among the following was a feature borrowed from the Irish Constitution? The correct answer is option B, Directive Principles of State Policy, DPSP. So remember, DPSP has been borrowed from the Irish Constitution. Next question. The constitutional status of India as on 26 January 1950 was that of a, the correct answer is option B, Sovereign Democratic Republic. Next question. Who among the following was not a part of the drafting committee of the Constitution? The correct answer is option C, Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru was not a member of the drafting committee of the Constitution. He was member in the UN Powers Committee. UN Powers Committee. And also he was a member in the Constitution Committee. So Jawaharlal Nehru was a member in these two committees, and he was not a member in the drafting committee. Next question. The idea of incorporating fundamental duties in the Indian Constitution was inspired by which country's constitution? The correct answer is option B, USSR. Okay, remember, fundamental duties were borrowed from the USSR. Next question. Which of the following languages was originally not included in the 8th schedule of the Constitution? The correct answer is option D, Sindhi. Sorry, English is not mentioned in the 8th schedule. You take this option as Kannada. Sindhi language was later added to the Indian Constitution through the 21st Amendment Act of 1967. The Official Language Act of 1963, Official Language Act of 1963 continued to allow the use of English in addition to Hindi. But the 8th schedule doesn't recognize the English as an official language. So, English is not in the 8th schedule of our Constitution. Okay, next question. Next question. How many articles were there originally in the Indian Constitution when it was adopted? The correct answer is option A, 395. Okay, remember the original constitution contains the 395 articles and 22 parts and 8 schedules in the original constitution. And at present we have 48 articles and 25 parts and 12 schedules. Okay, next question. Which of the following provisions was borrowed from the Irish Constitution? The correct answer is option A, Directive Principles of State Policy. Next question. The Constituent Assembly took the decision to adopt Hindi as the official language of India in. The correct answer is option C, 1949. Next question. Who among the following was a prominent woman member of the Constituent Assembly? The correct answer is option C, Rajkumari Amrita Kaur. Next question. How many members from princely states were part of the Constituent Assembly? The correct answer is option B, 93. Totally 389 members were there in the Constituent Assembly. In that 292 were the representatives of the provinces and 93 represented the princely states. And 4 were from the Chief Commissioner provisions of Delhi, Ajmer, Merwa, Coorg and British Balochistan. 4 were commissioners. So totally 389. Next question. Who was appointed as the first Speaker of the Lok Sabha after the Constitution was enacted? The correct answer is option A, G.V. Mavlankar. So remember, G.V. Mavlankar was the first Speaker of the Lok Sabha after the Constitution was enacted. Okay, next question. The concept of single citizenship in the Indian Constitution was borrowed from which country's constitution? The correct answer is option D, UK. So single citizenship was borrowed from the UK. Next question. Which among the following features of the Indian Constitution was influenced by the South African Constitution? The correct answer is option A, procedure for amendment. Who headed the Union Powers Committee of the Constituent Assembly? The correct answer is option B, Jawaharlal Nehru. Next question. The Indian Constitution was divided into how many parts when originally adopted? The correct answer is option B, 22. So 22 parts were there in the original Constitution. Next question. The members of the Constituent Assembly were elected by The correct answer is option B, indirectly by the provincial legislative assemblies. Next question. Who presided over the first meeting of the Constituent Assembly of India? The correct answer is option C, Dr. Sachidanand Sinha. The phrase "We the people of India" in the preamble emphasizes. The correct answer is option B, popular sovereignty. Next question. The preamble of the Indian Constitution was inspired by the preamble of which country's constitution? The correct answer is option B, USA. And later we have borrowed the some of the words from the France through the 42nd Amendment, such as socialist, secular and integrity. These three words we have borrowed from the France. Okay, next question. The idea of the Constituent Assembly to draft a constitution for India was first officially proposed by which party? The correct answer is option A, Indian National Congress. Okay, so far we have solved the 50 MCQs on making of the constitution, and I have also solved the MCQs on different topics. So please visit my playlist and watch the videos. If this video helps you in any way, please subscribe, like, share and comment, and also don't forget to press the bell icon for the upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.